Hey guys, it's Lady Churro here. Welcome back to my Queendom of Random. Warning, this video is not for kids. Just clarifying that. Alright, welcome back. This is like my second video for the Hetalia Headcanons. I'm so happy. You know what makes this even better? I won't be rambling as much because you know exactly what we're doing. Just reading headcanons. Was it this week? I'm gonna try to upload this weekly, but this week is gonna be headcanons on Austria, which is not what I expected to do. And again, he is not one of my favorite Hetalia characters, honestly. I only find him still relevant because of all the ships he's a part of and how people joke that he's kind of like he sleeps around a lot because Austria as a country has married, they have married a lot. So people call him like the slut of Europe. At least bands do. So yeah, this is not what I expected to do. So yeah, let's jump right on into this. Alright. Austria speaks all the languages that used to be part of his empire. He loves them and their cultures. He still considers himself the first truly multicultural modern country. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Austria. You are so old-fashioned, it hurts. Just kidding. I think that's cool. Austria didn't always hate the sea and the ocean. They didn't always hate the ocean sea animals. When he was married to Spain, Spain used to take him out to sea since he was a pirate at one point. He once went overboard during a storm and nearly drowned, and if it weren't for Spain to jump in after him, he would have drowned. Yeah, I kind of support some stuff like that. So, what was it? Spain and Austria are kind of like one of my favorite ships, so I'm okay with that headcanon. The only reason Prussia treats Austria so bad is because he's jealous and scared. He's jealous because Austria is the one who got Hungary and didn't even have to try. He's scared because of the empire he's built with her. Yeah, no, I believe that. Also, fun fact, just a side note here. I actually Googled it about like Hungary and like Prussia's interactions and stuff like that. I'm like, is that historically accurate? Because most of the rivalries in Hetalia weren't accurate, but yeah, they were true to history, like how England and France hate each other, like the tensions between the 13 colonies and Britain. Was it the tension between Spain and Britain, and lots of stuff were pretty, like they touched on the rivalries. They were there. So I'm just like, did Hungary ever have a problem with Prussia and like vice versa? I Googled it. They never had any interaction, ever, and I was like, this is not. And I'm like, I understand Hetalia is not entirely historically accurate, but I'm just like, you got all the other rivalries right, Hema. How did you not get this right? Probably because he just wanted the love triangle. Although you kind of can't, if you want a love triangle, go between Prussia and Austria, and then you have Spain and Austria. There you go. There's your love triangle. But that's just me. Just saying, Spain and Austria have more history than Prussia and Hungary. Just saying. During the period of the Austrian succession, Gilbert and Roderick would have secret rendezvous and use their battles as a cover to make others think they still hated one another. Oh my god, yes. All the sexual tension. Gilbert forced Roderick to get a blog as well. Not long after Roderick gave in and did so, he started getting a lot of anon hate, and Gilbert was there to comfort him when he was discouraged by it. Little did Roderick know that Gilbert had been the one sending him the hate just so he could have an excuse to hold and comfort the Austrian. Yaw. Prude intensifies. Oh, here we go. Oh man, I can't read it. No, I'm gonna try and read it. When they were kids, they stared at bed, Austria and Switzerland. Voss would always go to sleep after Roderick. When he was sure Roderick was asleep, he'd sing Edelweiss under his breath until he fell asleep. And when Roderick found this out, he started pretending to be asleep to hear him. Was it Swiss Aus intensifies? This could be so much sips intensifying right now. Whee! They both got a long list of. They both have a list of kings a mile long, and they've been together long enough to have tried most of them. Okay. I thought this was about Austria and Spain or whatever. Roderick and Gilbert have an invisible line where, when they argue, Gilbert never mentioned Maria Theresa, or Marie Antoinette. Roderick never mentioned old Fritz. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you got boundaries. Yeah, old Fritz. No. The entire Hetalia family. You do not insult old Fritz in front of Prussia. Austria is Jewish. He still constantly goes out of his way to hide this fact from most nations. He thinks people would treat him the way they treated Jews for medieval times to the 1940s. He's just a little bit trapped in history. Yeah, I don't really support that headcanon, mainly because people are like, oh, he has dark hair and his hair is curly. And so people think he's Jewish. When Hema has actually clarified, Hema has actually clarified that Austria curls his hair. And he also doesn't use glasses. So, and his hair is just naturally that dark. I mean, look at me. I'm not Jewish and my hair is dark. Just saying. So yeah, I don't really support that. It's an interesting headcanon, but I don't really support that. Do I believe something along the lines of, like, during World War II, he was sent by accident or not to, like, a concentration camp or something like that? I kind of like to believe that, like, him and Prussia got caught up in something, and they ended up in a concentration camp, and then I imagine Germany feels so bad. Femme Austria is worse at fighting than her male self, but she's much better at arguments. Femme Austria is an icon. Can I just say that? She is freaking gorgeous. Pressa has a mild case of insomnia and spends many sleepless nights just lying in bed and watching over Austria while he rests. He finds that when Roderick is asleep in his arms, he can sleep much longer and deeper than when he tries to sleep alone. Prussia Austria intensifies again. There's gonna be a ton of, like, ship headcanons here, which kind of frustrates me because I plan to do ship headcanons like this in a separate video, but it looks like it's gonna get mixed in here. No, I'm not gonna read that one. It's more about Prussia than Austria. Okay. No. Oh, Austria's never asked Hungary if she has feelings for Prussia. He's too afraid of what her answer might be. I understand that. Because he's probably like, what if she says yes? What do I do then? Austria started World War I. Not Germany. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know that. He hates that his younger brother had to take all the blame in the severe punishment that resulted from the Treaty of Versailles, or Versailles, or however you say that. Since then, he has hated himself for not helping the German and will never accept forgiveness, for he believes he does not deserve forgiveness. I could believe that, because if you remember it, it was Austria-Hungary that actually started World War I, and they just dragged Germany into it. And at the end of the war, they did not get punished. The only way they got punished was that they were split into two separate countries. Which, if you think that from an Italian standpoint, that basically meant they forced Austria and Hungary to get a divorce. But I don't really like Hungary as a character anyway, so that doesn't make me go like, huh, I don't care. I'm just like, okay, that makes sense historically. Oh man, I should do a video. I should like do some top 10 videos, because I get so much flack. Roderick has a terrible time getting to sleep. Oh, here we go. Now Roderick has a terrible time getting to sleep. He's always thinking about what's gone wrong in his life, and prior to beginning an honest to God relationship with Gilbert, wondering if he should risk leaving the loneliness of his life or stick with it because it's so familiar, even made him miserable. Oh, that's depressing. Austria, stop it. No. Oh, here we go. The first couple of times they had sex, Gilbert was surprisingly gentle. It wasn't until the third or fourth time that they realized they both liked it rough. Wow, wow. Why is that always a trend in like very sexual relationships and like sipping stuff like that? Why is that a trend? He is her father. Oh, they're saying Austria is like Liechtenstein's father. He wasn't ready to be a real father when she was born, so she was raised by a nanny. After World War I, he wasn't mentally or economically able to take care of her, and he knew that her economy was suffering because of her association with him. So he sent her to live with the only person he knew could take care of her, but wasn't sane enough to explain to her or Vosch. After the end of the Allied occupation of Austria, he was finally ready to be her father. But both she and Voss believed that he had simply abandoned her. It took him years to gain her trust, but Voss never really lets him be close to her for long. This is part of the reason why they still fight so much. He just wants to know his daughter. No, that's cute. I don't really believe that though, because I know genes can be weird, and I don't really want to get into, was it Next Generation with the Canonverse, Hetalia nations and stuff, but you guys know what Liechtenstein looks like. She is a blonde with blue eyes. And what is Austria? A brunette with purple eyes. Yeah, I've seen how genes work. I have 2 little nephews, and they both look like a perfect mix between my brother and his wife. So I don't believe that. No. Oh, I think we all know this. Austria has almost perfect eyesight. He only wears the glasses because he thinks he looks better with them. I thought it was because he looked plain. I thought that was the reasoning. I think that's the canonical reasoning. Right. Back before the World Wars, Austria and Prussia would meet in Viennese cafes and argue about the state of German philosophy for hours. Neither of them will admit that this was just an excuse to go on dates. Ha! That's funny. Excuse me. Austria loves it when Austria gets hopelessly lost. Then he can bring him home and be the knight in shining armor for once. Austria deeply suspects that Prussia had planted a tracking device on him or something. You know what? I actually wouldn't be surprised by that. Because, it's Prussia. Literature is actually something Prussia is very well versed in. He has most of Shakespeare's plays memorized and will quote them at people if they are annoying him with insinuations that he's not smart or unsophisticated. Austria ends up hearing a lot of monologues for this reason, typically followed by "Bite me, piano man." That's good. I believe every country in Europe is like, they're sophisticated in some ways, some so more than others. Like England and Austria so more than let's say Prussia or like Germany or something like that, or like Switzerland. It was some just so more than others. It was Prussia is no country. He remember, he's canonically. He was the Teutonic Knights before he became Prussia, which were known to be very religious. So I would believe he's actually pretty sophisticated. He just chooses not to make his, that's kind of his personality. He's just like, eh. There was a time when they almost got married. Frederick the Great tried to get the hand of Maria Theresa in marriage. During that time, Roderick and Gilbert had to court. Both of them felt devastated when Maria turned Frederick down. Oh, yeah, I believe something like that happens. Like when countries get ready to form an alliance through marriage or something like that, the respective countries have to court or hang out with each other, something along those lines. So I would believe that, yes. Austria is scared of many things, but he becomes fearless as soon as he sits down at the piano. You might as well hear him call, "Hungry, can you come get this gigantic mutant crab spider grizzly bear thing out of here? I'm trying to focus on my music." That's great. I don't know what's funnier, the fact that he's yelling at Hungry or the creature itself. Oh man, I can't read the headcanon. That makes me sad. Let me click out of it. Okay, there we go. When being referred to by his human name, Austria will only allow people to call him by his full name, Roderick. The only two people he doesn't mind calling him Rod, or even the occasional Roddy, are Hungary and Germany, although Germany would rarely call him those names regardless. However, Pressa calls him by this nickname regardless of whether Austria likes it or not. Yeah, no, I can believe that, because that's just Pressa. He doesn't care. He is the awesome Pressa. He does not care. Roderick is not above pouting as a way of getting exactly what he wants from Gilbert in the bedroom. No, I can believe that. I mean, bands call him the slut of Europe for a reason. So, at least I think some fans call him that. That's just kind of how I see it, because he's been married a lot, and it is kind of a joke in the fandom that he's been married a lot. Spain and Austria like to get married, so that's a joke. The divorce left Hungary very bitter. So he believed Austria didn't even bother to try and save their monarchy. He only thought she deserved better. Aww, that's cute. That's really cute. Here we go. Oh, there's lots of stuff for Austria, more than Germany. This makes me happy. Ludwig's first war was World War I, so you can never understand how Roderick and Gilbert can talk about the good old war. See? Remember I mentioned that in the last video? Yeah. That just proved my point there. When Austria first saw Prussia after the Berlin Wall fell, he dropped his dignified composure and ran to hug him. Yes. And I loved it. I wish you could see the picture that went along with that. He's just like, he's like on the ground hugging Prussia. It's so cute. Roderick's cross was a gift from Antonio during their marriage. After World War I, when his empire collapsed, he was forced to sell valuables for money. The cross was the only thing he refused to sell. Yes, Spain and Austria intensifies. Yes. I love it. Alright, let's go with one more. Here we go. Oh, here we go. It involves Italy, bros. Austria never realized that Italy was not a girl until his voice changed, as we saw in the anime. Spain, on the other hand, knew all along and never felt the need to correct him. Romano always called Italy his fratello. Spain, I know you can be a sweetheart, but that was mean. You should have told him. You did also call Austria puta, which... just translate that. It's a bad word. It's a bad word in Spanish. I don't want to swear, so it's basically just jerk, but in a more mean way, and you know what I'm talking about. It rhymes with wits. So I don't blame Spain. Yeah. All right. Dang it, there's one more. I have to read it. Okay. Roderick was never able to get through the whole Prussia anthem. Gilbert always interrupts with a kiss. Well, sometimes it's more just a kiss. Oh my god, why? Okay, guess we're ending on fluffy feels. Alright, so tune in next time where I'm going to be reading headcanons about Romano. That was my original plan after I did the France headcanons, but then the France video kind of failed. So yeah, so I did Germany, did Austria, now I'm doing Romano. Whether I do France after Romano is still up for debate. I have to go look at my map again. If it lands on France, I'll do France. But if it doesn't, I'll do France after the one. It was not after Romano, but like the one after. You know what I mean. All right. Now I gotta go. So if you want to check out more videos, I just uploaded another Sims video, and then I have my first headcanon video about Germany. If you'd like to watch that, that'd be great. And I'll see you guys in the next video.